Okay, we get to do something special today. This is a pre-war Chris Craft. I believe he said a 1938. The owner has completely restored it. So I just want to take a little video just of the details. Actually at Innovation Marine, which specializes in hand-built, high-power engines and restorations, all kinds of fun stuff that they do here down in Sarasota. But this is one of the projects they were working on. It's been completely repowered with a high-powered V8 inboard engine. But man, the owner has just done a fabulous job restoring this old Chris Craft. All right, here's the original plate, and you can see the owner has put a new Scorpion 350 horsepower. Oh, actually 350 cubic inch, might also be 350 horsepower as well. Engine and new tank deck. Back here you can see the original solid wood stringers. So okay, so I don't have my GoPro today, so I'm just gonna have to use my iPhone, but I just wanted to take a look at the sharp V entry of this boat, which tapers back to nearly flat stern. So this was very common in the 30s and 40s when power boats were just becoming mainstream, especially after the war when Chris Craft really took off. So I actually had a early 1950s aluminum boat with a similar hull design. I actually really liked it on small lakes and stuff. This real sharp entry, when you hit a wave, man, this thing just slices through like a knife. And then having the flat hull gives you the ability, you don't need quite as much power, and it's a lot more stable. So a little bit different than a modern day V hull, but it was just looking at some of the details on this thing. And then lastly, just all the way down to the dash details, an actual lever in the floor for shifting and knobs for turning the electronics on and off. So they've done a great job restoring this, very period specific. So about done pumping out the old gas, going and clean the tank, flush out the fuel lines for this guy, and send them on their way. So anyway, this is one of those unique ones, don't get to see very often, and cool to take a video, something special like this. This is the kind of stuff they work on over here at Innovation. Just these big block engines. Look at the superchargers on these things. 1,300 horsepower. So these are the intake superchargers, and those are the blocks over there. So cool stuff goes in these kind of boats here. So this kind of stuff they work on over here, but kind of fun to get to see that old Chris Craft. While I'm here, we can compare old to new. This is a new Chris Craft. Obviously the company has changed hands, gone in and out of production over the years. The new ones are built right here in Sarasota. So this is a beautiful bow rider, but you can see the classic curved windshield kind of makes it look like one of the old Chris Crafts. But yep, 2020. All right, so somebody forgot their GoPro today, so have to use the iPhone at arm's length. Just finished up at Innovation Marine down here in Sarasota. Really neat place to come visit. They hand make so many of those large engines for racing boats. They also have a contract with the Navy, and man, they just build massive power plants. And always really neat to see what they're working on. Got a couple shots of the machine area and kind of just their day-to-day operations, all the parts and stuff that they do. They're in the middle of boring out a large block when I was there. It's really neat to see. So sending that Chris Craft on its way. Just has been sitting for many years. I was able to confirm it's actually a 1939 model. So something really special to see that you don't get to do in my everyday line of work. So that's all I've got for today, and as always, we'll check in next time we have something interesting. Well, good morning and happy Friday. I'm getting loaded up here just to go work on 2 small boats today, but that's part of owning a mobile business, or these trailers, and it's constantly something. But this is what I came to this morning. Some kind of gash, looks like something on the road or hit something. I haven't hit a curb or anything, so this is interesting. I know I backed into a guy's yard the other day and he had some a rock wall, and I thought I stayed away from it. Maybe not. But this tire's completely flat. Luckily, I've got everything I need here, so gonna get it jacked up and replaced and hopefully on the road. So nothing like starting a morning with a flat tire. The ultimate boat barn. I am over here at the Harbridge High and Dry Storage, working on a 1997 Century that has a leaking gas tank. So basically all the gas is leaked out of the tank into the bottom of the boat, so getting that cleaned out so the thing doesn't explode. But kind of cool to get to go inside. It's the forklifts they use to get boats in and out, and quite a few in here. I thought I'd take a quick shot. Gonna get started on this Century and get him cleaned out, and so he's safe, so he can move the boat, go get it taken care of. Good afternoon. So I am at the end of my day, ready to pump out a few drums and go home in my trusty Yamaha generator. About 600 hours on this thing. Nothing. $20 to the first person that can tell me what my wife said when I told her the generator wasn't working. Is it out of gas? No, it's not out of gas. So in the meantime, had to come up with a plan. So pump is running, no generator. Our trusty Yeti 1500 saved the day. Running a 1.5 horsepower pump. Took just a little bit to start up, but once the motor starts going, we're running about 870 watts. Tell me I've got an hour left, assuming this thing doesn't overheat. But I've been running it straight for about half an hour so far. I'm down to 65% battery, so you know you're not going to go all day with this thing, but an hour of runtime, running a 1.5 horsepower pump. Another thumbs up for the Goal Zero Yeti 1500, saving the day. All right, so I'm on a 1999 Donzi, and apparently this is the week that everybody's tank begins to leak, because this guy has got a leaking tank that has leaked all of its gas into the bilge, basically a floating bomb. So this is a 1999, I said. It's been repowered with some new Mercuries with digital controls, and kind of a go fast boat, really. But well, I gotta find the tank and try to get this thing all cleaned out. So I don't know if anybody's claustrophobic, but doing this job some days will do it to you. This isn't too bad, but certainly having to squeeze in here. Hopefully getting myself back out is going to be easier than going in. But found the tank on this Donzi, found the sending unit that we need, so that's great. Gonna get that pulled out. That's how we get into the tank, get the fuel out. And unfortunately for this boat owner, the entire tank has to be pulled out, and by the looks of it, the whole boat's gonna have to be cut up to get the tank out. What happens, especially in 1999, 20-year-old boat, the aluminum starts to corrode, and eventually the welds fail and the tank will leak, especially when exposed to salt water. So getting a lot of that lately, and these tanks, 20-30 years, that's about all you're going to get out of a metal tank. So this one's had its time, and time to get the fuel out first, and then I'm going to hand it over to the guys here at Land's End Marina, and they're going to do the rest of the work pulling this tank out for the customer. So going to go ahead and get started. So the generator went into the shop today. We've got our trusty Yeti 1500. Going to power that thing up. Hopefully has enough juice to get the job done today. Lights on, fan on, printer on. So we'll see if it'll run the pump long enough to get this boat pumped out. Let's see. Ooh, come on, baby. There we go. And she's running off the battery. Pump's running, says I have 1.5 hours, so this boat should only take about 15 to 20 minutes. So thank goodness for this little guy. All right, about finished up on this Donzi. Sleek looking boat. And for all my family in Texas, this was actually purchased at Travis Boating Center, and you can actually see the tag. Boat was originally shipped to Houston back in 1999. So finishing up here, gonna get loaded up and head on back to Tampa. I haven't played in a while is, what's that boat name? First one, belly rubbing. Beats working. And mojito. Guess what kind of boat this is? Sea Fox. They're drinking mojitos when they bought it. Okay, just leaving Apollo Beach and headed home. That's all I've got for this week, and hopefully everybody enjoyed the shots and commentary and everything we got to see this week. Hopefully next week we'll have something a little more exciting, maybe something big on the water. But for now, that's all I've got, and we'll check in next time.